Welcome back to the tutorial course on Android app development. In this section, we will discuss activities. Let's recall some of the points discussed about activities in Section 2, Lecture 2. An activity is an application component that provides a screen that a user uses for interaction in order to perform a specific task, such as dialing the phone number, taking a photo, sending an email, or viewing a map. Each activity draws its user interface in a specific window on an Android device. On the next slide, we will create an activity. When we create an Android application using Android Studio, the wizard prompts to create an activity. Let's open the weather app application that we created and inspect the homeactivity.java activity, which is an extension of the activity class. We can consider homeactivity.java as a subclass of the activity class. It is important to understand that in the homeactivity.java class, we need to implement various callback methods that the system can call. These callback methods are used for the activity transitions that take place between various states of its lifecycle, such as when the activity is being created, stopped, resumed, or killed. We will discuss the lifecycle callback methods in the activity lifecycle section. On the next slide, we will attempt to implement a user interface. The homeactivity.java class contains the onCreate method that is overridden from the base class. It contains the following code snippet: setContentView r.layout.activity_home. The setContentView method is used to draw the interface for the activity we have created. It accepts a parameter called r.layout.activity_home. The R class is located in the build/source/r/debug/directory. When we create an app, the R class is auto-generated and cannot be modified. On the next slide, we will learn how to declare an activity in the manifest file. To make an activity accessible to the system, we must first declare the activity in the manifest file. When we use the application setup wizard in Android Studio, the activity is added to the manifest file. However, if we want to manually add it to the manifest file, we will need to add an activity element as the child of an application element. For example, if you need to add example activity, use the following code snippet. Now, let's see how the intent filter elements are defined in the home activity element. When we create a new application using Android Studio, the stub activity is automatically created. The stub activity includes an intent filter that declares the activity response to the main action. It should be placed in the launcher category so that the system can open this activity when the app is opened for the first time. Next, we will learn how to start an activity. We can start another activity by calling the startActivity method and passing it an intent that describes the activity we want to start. Consider the following code snippet to start an activity. Sometimes we want to obtain a result from the activity that we start. In such a case, we need to start the activity by calling startActivity4result instead of startActivity. We will discuss this in detail in the intent section. On the next slide, let's learn how to shut down an activity. The Android system manages the life of an activity, which means that we do not need to explicitly shut down an activity. It is recommended that we let the Android system manage the life of activities. However, there can be an instance when we need to shut down an activity. In such a case, we can call its finish method. We can also shut down a previously started activity by calling the finish activity method. This brings us to the end of our discussion on activities.